Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a student in the automotive program at BOCES. Since about my freshman year of high school, I've been wanting to be like a NASCAR technician. So I figured I'd take this and get the basics down, and then this way, when I want to advance, I can kind of put what I know here into the high performance vehicles, and it'll probably be easier, and I'm going to know a little bit more than what some of the other guys might know. We'll go in the classroom for about 45 minutes to an hour, kind of learn the background of, say, like a brake job, and then after theory, we'll go out and do a shop demonstration. We go through a whole complete brake job and actually apply the theory to the car itself. Yeah, I'm more of a hands-on type learner. If it's not hands-on, my mind gets completely lost. And here it was just like, I can learn this and I'm gonna be good at it. So it's a lot easier to learn if you're more of a hands-on type person. But I mean, there is also that theory to back it up. It's so much more fun, able to do something that I enjoy doing and being in school, rather than sitting in a hot classroom all day. And all the teachers are just real fun to talk to. They're masters at what you want to do. So they know and expect certain things, and the student going in should know and expect the same exact things that they do. So I mean, it's an easier environment than a typical homeschool.
My favorite part would probably be the actual hands-on, because I've learned a lot of the theory from my father because he's a diesel technician. So I've learned a lot from him. I mean, I learn a lot in here, but learning hands-on is how I learn. So every time I get to actually touch something and work on something, it's a lot easier to learn. Actually, my father took machining here back in the day, and I actually talked to him about it because he knew my passion for automotive, and he was like, well, they got a program at BOCES. I may be going to MCC. I actually have a job offer right now, so I'm probably going to go to MCC just to get more training and then go from there.
A lot of students, they don't realize that there's physics in automotive and chemistry, because in a battery we're changing a chemical reaction to an electrical reaction. So it really is great because a student can take that information that they learned in high school and really apply it into our program. They don't say that, oh, I'm doing chemistry or I'm doing math. It's just, it's all interlaced. And that's the really cool thing about it. A lot of students think I'm a hands-on learner, and it's not just hands-on learning. You have to have the knowledge background. When you look at the complexity of a car, we have some cars that have 80, 90 computer systems in them, where they have multiple networks. So to be able to get your horn to work, you hit the horn, which is the button on your steering wheel, that goes to a computer. That computer then relays that information to another computer through a network, and then that goes to the actual horn itself. So you're looking at 3 or 4 different computers and 2 separate networks just to get your horn to operate. I want them to walk away with a basic understanding of the automobile, and basically to learn problem solving, because that's a huge skill in automotive, and even in life, is to be able to problem solve and think outside of the box. You have scenarios that are very complex, and you have to break those things down, and to be able to problem solve those is truly really important. And that's in education in general, is to be able to think of a solution that's really not straightforward and not sitting in front of you.
After college, I'm hoping to move down to North Carolina so I can be a part of the NASCAR industry. But if I don't, I'm going to stay here. I have an opening at the Monroe County Fleet Center right now. So I actually got offered a job there earlier in the year. I wanted to follow my dream and see where it leads. Even if you don't like the specific automotive program, they have so many other programs here that where you can switch into even halfway through the year. So even if you don't like that one specific program, you can always switch programs and do something else.